Hello, and welcome to Life Story 999. Today, we bring you an inspiring story about kindness, perseverance, and how one opportunity can change a life forever. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. What would you do if you found someone in need on a lonely road? Let us know in the comments or share your story via email. On a scorching summer afternoon in Tennessee, 12-year-old Emily Carter was walking home along a dusty road. Emily had lost both her parents in an accident 2 years earlier and now lived with her aunt. That day, she noticed a sleek black Rolls-Royce parked on the roadside, with an older man standing beside it, visibly frustrated. The man was Robert Hamilton, a renowned billionaire who had retired after a successful career in the tech industry. He had enjoyed a life of luxury and comfort, but now found himself stranded, far from any familiar convenience. Emily could see the frustration etched across his face as he examined the flat tire, clearly unsure of what to do next. Emily cautiously approached the man, her bare feet kicking up small clouds of dust as she walked closer. "Do you need some help, sir?" she asked, her voice filled with sincerity. Robert turned, his eyebrows raising in surprise at the sight of the young girl. He hesitated for a moment before nodding. "Yes, actually, I could use a little help," he said, a note of embarrassment in his voice. Emily offered a reassuring smile and confidently moved towards the car. "My dad taught me how to change a tire before he passed," she said. She made her way to the trunk, found the spare tire and tools, and set to work with nimble hands and focused eyes. Robert watched in awe, both surprised and impressed by her skill. Within minutes, Emily had replaced the flat tire, her small hands moving swiftly and precisely. She worked with a quiet determination, her focus never wavering. As Robert watched her, he felt an unexpected wave of gratitude wash over him. It wasn't just the help she offered that touched him, but the earnestness and resilience she seemed to carry. When she finished, Emily stood up, wiping her hands on her worn jeans. "All done," she said with a bright smile. Robert looked at her, still somewhat stunned by how quickly she had solved his problem. He pulled out his wallet, intending to reward her for her kindness. "Here, take this," he said, extending a few bills towards her. Emily shook her head, stepping back slightly. "No, thank you," she replied, her voice soft but firm. "I just wanted to help. My parents always said it's important to be kind whenever you can." Robert paused, momentarily at a loss for words. In his world, everything had a price. Yet here was a girl who wanted nothing in return for her kindness. As Emily turned to leave, Robert called after her. "Wait," he said. "Can I at least give you a ride home?" Emily hesitated, then nodded. "Okay, thank you, sir," she said, and climbed into the passenger seat. Little did they both know, this chance encounter would be the beginning of something that would change both their lives forever. After finishing the tire replacement, Robert tried to give Emily some money as a reward, but she refused, her voice gentle but unwavering. "I just wanted to help," she said with a soft smile. "I don't need anything in return." Robert looked at her, a mix of admiration and curiosity in his eyes. It had been years since he had met someone so genuinely selfless. "At least let me give you a ride home," Robert insisted. Emily hesitated, but eventually nodded. She climbed into the passenger seat of the sleek Rolls-Royce, glancing around in awe at the luxurious interior. Robert started the engine, and they set off down the dusty road. As they drove, Robert couldn't help but ask more about the girl who had helped him so willingly. Emily spoke with quiet honesty about her life. She told Robert about losing her parents in a car accident 2 years ago, and how she now lived with her aunt, who worked tirelessly to provide for her and her younger siblings. Despite the hardships, Emily shared her dreams of becoming an engineer. Her father, before he passed away, had always encouraged her curiosity about how things worked, teaching her to fix small appliances around the house. It was a dream she held onto dearly, even though she knew her circumstances made it difficult. Robert listened intently, his heart softening with each word. He had spent his life surrounded by people who were interested in him for his money or his influence, but this young girl was different. She was driven by pure passion and kindness, despite all the obstacles she faced. He glanced at her, noticing the determination in her eyes as she spoke of her dreams. It reminded him of his younger self, before the wealth, before the success, back when all he had was a dream and the will to make it happen. When they reached Emily's home, a modest, weathered house on the outskirts of town, Robert pulled the car to a stop. He turned to Emily, his mind racing with thoughts. He couldn't just let her walk away. There was something about her resilience, her spirit, that made him want to help. But more than that, he felt a connection, a sense that their paths had crossed for a reason. Emily, Robert began, his voice uncharacteristically hesitant. I know this might sound strange, but I want to help you. Not just with a ride or a little money. I want to help you achieve your dreams. Emily's eyes widened, her mouth opening slightly in surprise. She wasn't sure she had heard him right. What do you mean, sir? She asked, her voice barely a whisper. Robert took a deep breath. I want to sponsor your education. I want to make sure you have everything you need to become the engineer you dream of being. He paused, then added, and if you're willing, I would like to adopt you. I know it's a lot to take in, but I see so much potential in you, and I'd like to give you the opportunities you deserve. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. She had always been the one to help others, never expecting anything in return. The idea that someone, a complete stranger, no less, wanted to help her in such a profound way was overwhelming. She looked at Robert, seeing the sincerity in his eyes, and for a moment, she was speechless. Are you serious? She finally managed to ask, her voice trembling. Robert nodded, a warm smile spreading across his face. Absolutely. You have a bright future ahead of you, Emily. I want to help you reach it. Emily wiped her tears, a smile breaking through her disbelief. Yes, she whispered, her voice growing stronger. Yes, I'd love that. In that moment, she knew her life was about to change forever. Not just because of the opportunities ahead, but because she had found someone who truly believed in her. Robert reached over, gently patting her shoulder. Welcome to your new beginning, Emily, he said. And as they sat there in the car, both of them knew that this was the start of something extraordinary. A new chapter filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities. After moving in with Robert, Emily enrolled in the best school in the area, and it didn't take long for her teachers to notice her exceptional abilities in math and science. Emily's curiosity and aptitude for problem-solving were unmatched, and she consistently ranked at the top of her class. She took on every challenge with enthusiasm, and her natural talent began to shine through. Robert watched in awe as Emily's passion for learning grew each day, filling him with immense pride. One day, during dinner, Emily shyly mentioned her interest in building things. Robert saw the excitement in her eyes and decided to nurture her passion. He converted part of his garage into a workshop, complete with tools and materials, giving Emily a space where her creativity could flourish. From that day on, Emily spent hours in her workshop, designing and building small projects. It became her haven, where she could lose herself in her work and bring her ideas to life. But Robert's support didn't stop there. He knew that Emily's family had also faced their own struggles, and he wanted to make sure they were taken care of too. He invited Emily's aunt and her younger siblings to move into his mansion, offering them a fresh start. Though her aunt was initially hesitant, she ultimately accepted Robert's generous offer. The stability that Robert provided allowed Emily and her family to thrive, and the mansion soon became filled with warmth and laughter. Emily's aunt took on the role of managing the household and helping with the younger children, creating a supportive environment that allowed everyone to feel at home. Emily's family, once burdened by the weight of uncertainty, found a renewed sense of hope. Her siblings enrolled in good schools, and her aunt, relieved of the constant struggle to make ends meet, could finally focus on nurturing her children and supporting Emily in her dreams. Robert's mansion, once a symbol of his wealth and success, transformed into a home brimming with love and support for everyone under its roof. Emily thrived in every aspect of her life. Not only did she excel academically, but she also found a way to contribute to Robert's business. Her inquisitive mind led her to study how the company operated, and she began making suggestions for improvements. Robert, ever impressed by her insight, listened carefully to her ideas. With her engineering knowledge and creative thinking, Emily proposed ways to optimize production processes, reduce costs, and increase overall efficiency. Her contributions were implemented, and soon, the company saw significant improvements, further proving Emily's capabilities went far beyond theory. Seeing the impact she could make, Emily's confidence grew. She wasn't just a student or Robert's adopted daughter. She was a valuable asset to the business. Robert couldn't have been prouder. He saw her blossoming not just into an intelligent young woman, but also into a leader who cared deeply about the people around her. But Emily's influence extended beyond academics and business. She never forgot where she came from or the struggles she and her family had faced. With Robert's support, she started several educational initiatives for underprivileged children in the community. She organized workshops, tutoring sessions, and even built small kits that children could use to learn the basics of engineering. Emily wanted to provide opportunities for kids who were like her, full of dreams but limited by circumstances beyond their control. These projects quickly gained traction, and soon, Emily found herself at the center of a growing movement focused on making education accessible to all. She spoke at local schools, sharing her story of resilience and how one act of kindness from a stranger had changed her life. She encouraged children to dream big and work hard, assuring them that there were people out there who cared and who would help them if they persevered. Robert watched her with admiration, his heart swelling with pride and affection. He had always known that Emily was special, but seeing her give so much of herself to others made him realize just how extraordinary she truly was. Her compassion and drive to help others reminded Robert of why he had once pursued his own dreams, to make a difference. Emily embodied that spirit in a way that inspired not just him, but everyone around her. Emily's selflessness made Robert even more confident in his decision to adopt her. He had seen many talented individuals in his lifetime, but Emily was different. She had a rare combination of intelligence, humility, and a genuine desire to help others. She never sought recognition or rewards. She simply wanted to make the world a better place, starting with the people around her. The family bond grew stronger with each passing day. Robert, who once lived alone in his grand mansion, now found himself surrounded by the laughter of children, the warmth of family dinners, and the joy of shared dreams. Emily's siblings adored her, looking up to her as a role model. Her aunt often expressed her gratitude to Robert, knowing that his generosity had changed all of their lives for the better. Emily's journey had only just begun, but it was already clear that she was destined for greatness. She had discovered her hidden talent, not just in engineering but in her ability to inspire, to lead, and to give hope to others. And as she stood in her workshop one evening, putting the finishing touches on her latest invention, she knew one thing for certain. Her life had changed forever, and she was determined to make the most of every opportunity she had been given. Years went by, and Emily grew into a talented engineer, equipped with the skills and knowledge that had once been a distant dream. With Robert's unwavering support, she excelled academically, graduating with top honors from her university. But Emily's growth did not stop there. She thrived in the business world as well. Under Robert's mentorship, she learned the intricacies of running a successful enterprise, combining her technical expertise with the skills needed to lead a large organization. Robert saw in Emily not just a talented successor, but also a compassionate leader who embodied the values he held dear. She was innovative, determined, and, above all, kind-hearted. He realized that Emily was the perfect person to carry forward the legacy he had built, and it was with this realization that he made one of the most important decisions of his life. He would leave his entire business to her. As Robert stepped back from the day-to-day operations, Emily stepped up, taking on more responsibility within the company. It wasn't always easy. She faced challenges from those who doubted her capabilities, questioning whether someone so young could handle such an immense role. But Emily's dedication and vision quickly silenced the skeptics. She brought fresh ideas to the company, introducing significant innovations that revitalized the business. One of Emily's first major initiatives was to implement environmentally friendly solutions throughout the company's operations. She understood the importance of sustainability, and she wanted to ensure that the company's success was not achieved at the cost of the environment. She spearheaded the development of new technologies that reduced waste and improved energy efficiency. These changes not only cut down on operational costs, but also earned the company a reputation as an industry leader in sustainability. Emily also expanded the company's community outreach projects, a cause that had always been close to her heart. She believed that businesses had a responsibility to give back, and she worked tirelessly to ensure that the company was making a positive impact on the community. Under her leadership, the company launched scholarship programs for underprivileged students, sponsored local schools, and provided resources for technical training programs. Emily knew firsthand how transformative opportunities could be, and she was determined to use her position to provide those opportunities to others. Under Emily's guidance, Robert's company not only succeeded financially, but also became a symbol of humanity and dedication to societal progress. She transformed the company culture, instilling a sense of purpose among employees. People wanted to work for a company that cared about more than just profit, and Emily's leadership attracted talented individuals who were passionate about making a difference. The workplace became a community, a place where people felt valued and motivated to contribute to a greater cause. Robert, now retired, watched Emily's journey with immense pride. He had once feared that stepping away from his life's work would leave him feeling empty, but seeing Emily thrive filled him with a sense of fulfillment he hadn't expected. He knew that adopting Emily hadn't just changed her life. It had given him a renewed purpose. She had reignited his faith and hope, which he thought he had lost long ago. One evening, as Robert sat in his favorite armchair, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Emily joined him. She had just returned from a meeting with the company's board, and her face was lit up with excitement. "Dad," she said, her eyes sparkling, "we've just secured a major partnership that will allow us to expand our community programs even further. We're going to be able to reach so many more people now." Robert smiled, his heart swelling with pride. "You've done more than I ever could have imagined, Emily," he said softly. "You've taken this company and turned it into something truly extraordinary. It's not just about business anymore. It's about changing lives." Emily sat down beside him, taking his hand. "I couldn't have done any of this without you," she replied. "You believed in me when no one else did. You gave me a home, a family, and the chance to chase my dreams. I want to make sure that others have that same chance." Robert nodded, tears welling in his eyes. "You've more than repaid anything I've ever done for you, Emily. You've given me a family, filled this house with laughter, and turned my company into a force for good. I couldn't be prouder." Under Emily's leadership, the company continued to grow, not just in profits but in purpose. She collaborated with environmental groups, expanded educational outreach, and ensured that the company's operations were as ethical as they were efficient. She became a well-known figure in the industry, not just for her business acumen, but for her unwavering commitment to making a positive difference. And it wasn't just the company that grew. Emily herself blossomed into a confident, compassionate leader who inspired everyone around her. She spoke at conferences, sharing her story of resilience and the power of kindness. She became a mentor to young people, encouraging them to pursue their dreams regardless of the obstacles they faced. Emily knew that her journey was far from over. There was still so much she wanted to achieve, so many lives she wanted to touch. Robert, content in his retirement, often marveled at how his life had changed since the day he met Emily on that dusty road. He had once been a man defined by his success and wealth, but now he was defined by the love and pride he felt for his daughter. Emily had taken his life's work and made it into something even more beautiful, something that had a lasting impact on countless lives. And as they sat together that evening, watching the sun set over the horizon, both Robert and Emily knew that this was just the beginning. Their journey had been one of love, hope, and transformation, and there was no doubt that the future held even greater possibilities. Emily had inherited more than just a business. She had inherited Robert's dreams, his values, and his hope for a better world. And with every step she took, she was making those dreams a reality. One spring afternoon, Robert and Emily stood in front of the company headquarters, a tall building that symbolized years of dedication, hard work, and countless memories. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the glass facade. Robert turned to Emily, his eyes filled with pride. "You've become everything I hoped for, and even more," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Emily looked at him, her eyes glistening with tears of gratitude. She smiled, her heart swelling with love. "It's all thanks to you believing in me, Dad," she replied, her voice steady but soft. "You gave me a chance when no one else would. You gave me a home, a family, and the courage to follow my dreams." Their story wasn't just about wealth and opportunity. It was about the power of kindness, faith, and the profound impact of giving others a chance. Emily had truly become a beacon of hope, using her skills, her resources, and her heart to bring value to the world. She had taken Robert's business and transformed it into something far greater, an enterprise that stood for compassion, progress, and the belief that success is best when shared. As they stood there, side by side, Robert knew that his journey had been worthwhile, not because of the wealth he had accumulated, but because of the difference he had made in Emily's life and the countless lives she was now touching. The future was bright, and this was just the beginning of an even greater adventure. Emily turned to face the building, her expression determined. "Let's keep making a difference, Dad," she said. And with that, they walked forward together, ready to face whatever the future held. And there you have it, an inspiring story about kindness, trust, and sacrifice. It's a reminder that even the smallest act of compassion can lead to extraordinary change. Robert's decision to help Emily not only transformed her life, but also rekindled his own purpose, showing us that the greatest success lies not in wealth or power, but in the impact we make on others. What would you do if you found yourself in a similar situation? Would you offer a helping hand, even if there was nothing to gain in return? These are the moments that define us. Moments when we choose to be selfless, to uplift others, and to believe in the potential of those who might otherwise be overlooked. Emily's journey from an orphan with a dream to a leader who changed countless lives is a testament to what can happen when someone is given a chance. We hope this story serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder that the world is full of opportunities to make a difference. Whether it's offering support to someone in need, believing in someone when no one else does, or simply showing a little kindness, we all have the power to create positive change. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Life Story 999. Your support helps us continue bringing meaningful stories to light. And remember, kindness costs nothing but means everything. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and keep believing in the power of giving. See you in the next story.